Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. My name is Annabelle. I am a tarot practitioner for over 35 years, and this is your ultimate destination for celebrity and political tarot. This is a tough one today because we're going to talk about the response of President Biden to the attacks on Israel over the weekend. So I am going to disclaimer this with no acts of terror should be condoned or even lightly approved of. It's a really heavy topic. If you'd like, you can jump off right now. We're not going to go into any of the details about any of the people that were injured or otherwise mortally wounded. I'm sure you've seen all of this online, so we're not going to go into any individual people. The one girl in the pickup truck is really sitting with me very, very badly. But what we are going to talk about is the amazing response of the current administration. And I do want to remind everybody, this is my own personal reading. It's a psychic download. You know, you can choose to log off. You can not watch this. You don't have to agree with me. Keep it clean, keep it cool in the comments, and try not to stand up and shout too much. Readings are purely for entertainment and enlightenment purposes. Always do your own research. So there's plenty online right now. So it seems that on Saturday, when the violence erupted, that there was a tweet that has now been deleted, but the internet never forgets. It's always going to be out there. Quote, "We unequivocally condemn the attack of Hamas terrorists and the loss of life that has incurred. We urge all sides to refrain from violence and retaliatory attacks. Terror and violence solve nothing." After seeing some of the videos, I don't know if this is something that you can turn the other cheek at. It's pretty horrendous what we're seeing there. There's been some allusions or associations with the event that happened in 2001 here in the United States in New York. Gilad Erdan, the UN ambassador, the Israeli ambassador to the UN, had some very, very, very serious words to say. I have not watched all of Kevin McCarthy's. I don't know if it was the appropriate time for him to talk, given that he just was voted out, but that's another reading for another time. So what happened was the Biden administration had put this up. It wasn't Joe Biden, but it was the Biden administration. It gets better on Sunday when Joe Biden chose to go ahead and have a barbecue at his house with a live band for staffers at the White House. So I don't know if that was in the best taste. You know, I do know that politically and PR wise, Nicholas II had some issues after the disaster celebrating his coronation, where hundreds of people were killed. I believe it was thousands. I'm sorry, I don't have the data in my head right now. But after his coronation, there were peasants that were killed. They had stampeded a gift tent, and many people were killed. And Nicholas II and Empress Alexandra were urged to continue with the festivities, the formal festivities, and they danced at the dinner. And that was a huge blow to his reign. Set off a whole chain of events. I can go on and on about that. So let's do this. What was the administration thinking? Let's pull up the card view. And let's see what the administration was thinking. What were they thinking with the tweet? What were they thinking? Oh boy. So the thinking was that words were going to be enough to fight this battle. We could throw out a tweet, throw out some PR, and this was going to be enough to win the war. They wanted everyone to stand down and just let us come in. It's like the treatment that I'm getting here is it was like two squabbling kids, toddlers in the room, and we're going to come in and separate them and make them go on a timeout. Is that going to work? Not really. Diplomacy here with this Eight of Pentacles, diplomacy, yes, is absolutely necessary right now. Is it the best course of action? It looks like we all need to bind together and fight this fight together. This is something that cannot be underestimated, what had happened. And is this going to cause some disruption? Absolutely. We're all going to be put out on the limb. So they're going to have to get very, very creative about this. And this is going to be a big deal. We're going to be in for it for a little while, guys. Sorry about that. So I did some research too into the Iron Dome, David Sling, and also Arrow. These are the three prongs, the three layers, I shouldn't say prongs, layers of defense that Israel has. The Iron Dome is a system that is, I have my notes here. It's 90% effective. Let's start there. And it tackles missiles that have a range of 2 to 2.5 miles. These are missiles that would be coming from Gaza. David Sling, also known as the Magic Wand, is a second layer of air defense for ballistic and mid-range missiles. And Arrow is more, it's the most advanced layer, and that is done for it's actually one of the most advanced systems in the world, and that is to address any long-range missiles. So these are three layers that they have there. So what can we expect in the next week? Because I did some private reading on it, and it's going to be a little bit difficult to determine any absolutes. There seems to be a lot of things that are up in the air. What can we expect in the next week? Some information will come out. Things are coming to the surface. So before we pull our heart of the matter and under the surface, things are going to come out. This is going to be a full-blown in the air battle that we're going to see. There's going to be a lot of emotions. It's going to be what we've already seen, the footage that we've already seen from the music festival and from the neighborhoods where they're going from house to house. It's going to be extremely emotional. So those of you that are very sensitive, I would be very cautious with the warnings on videos. If it says this contains sensitive information, I would not watch it. So let's start there. We're going to have a power vacuum. There's going to be a lot of people that are grabbing for the scepter of power. I don't know if the United States is really going to have a definitive grasp on any part of this. It seems like we're going to have a few things going in a couple different directions. So just be mindful of that. I think we're going to have some arguments behind the scenes about who is going to do what. Here, we're going to be steaming full steam ahead, but there is an individual who's going to be looking backward at some of the past events that we've had. So let's go in here. We'll see heart of the matter. Heart of the matter is we need a hero, and under the surface, everyone's going to come around. I think the issues that we're going to have in the current American administration. is that we're a little broke right now and we have bad face. So the promise of coin here, you can see our page of Pentacles is coming in with the promise of coin. He is going to try and deliver some money, but it looks like we're not going to have enough to allot over there. Gee, I wonder if maybe that other U country maybe could help out at this point. Sarcasm, sorry. Down here, we are not going to be as effective. Is the UN going to step in and take the helm? It looks like the UN, even I know that sounds odd, even though it's not really their place to do that. It looks like they're going to step in. So are we getting a turning of the tide of the seat of power in the world? Quite looks like that. It looks like we're getting a turning of the tide of power. Oof, that got dark. So it looks like the UN is going to start making some decisions for the old decrepit leader who is falling apart. The decision to continue with said old decrepit leader. Did I say that out loud? I said the quiet part out loud. Decision to go on with the barbecue. Was it his? To stop just for a second. My ringer is never on. So the decision for the barbecue, was it Joe Biden's? Did he say, yeah, come on, man, let's have a barbecue. It's still nice out. No, doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. So we'll put that up there. Oh, somebody made him do it. Well, at least he's regretful of it. So someone told him to go on with the barbecue. Go ahead. No one's going to know. Like, that was kind of the idea behind it. Everyone will be disappointed. It'll look great for the staff. But the reality is that business as usual was the poor choice. And here, this was very, very insensitive. I don't know if this was too insensitive to some of the staffers. This is a hole he's not going to be able to get out of. So insensitive to some of the peoples that he would be working with on this matter. So any of the ambassadors, any of the other countries and organizations that we may be working with. So who's the devil? Who is that devil? Who told him to have the party? I'm sorry, but I'm getting Jill. Knight of Wands, Magician in reverse, and the Chariot. The Knight of Wands is coming up as a young come-upper, somebody who was trying to position, and not too bright. Not too bright. Magician in reverse, not too bright there. And I think was moving on anyway, but he's trying to impress here. Did he do that on purpose? He did it on purpose. It was requested from within. It was done on purpose. They went on with the barbecue on purpose. They knew it was going to look bad. They knew it was going to look bad. So definitely a young guy. Did Jill have anything to do with it? Well, I don't think Jill is super bright about these things. I think Jill, they kind of talked her into it. And she said, yeah, let's do it. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. I was not at the barbecue. I have no idea what goes on. So What's going to be the fallout from this? What is going to be the fallout from this two-prong gaff for Rooney? Can't make it up. What's going to be the fallout? Things are going to come to the surface. Oh, we're going to see this anti-money trail and our partnerships. Ooh, same cards, right? A lot of the same cards there. So light is going to purify everything. The sun will purify this negative money trail and the partnerships with others, the tutelage of others, and also this poor leadership. We're going to see who's in charge. This young person, yeah, I know it's not a young person, but it's a youthful person. This is someone who is young on the scene. This is the one that we're going to see. This is the one that's pulling the strings. Very minor role, very minor title at this point. But this is somebody that we're going to see emerge as someone who was calling some shots here behind the scenes. I don't think he's calling any shots. I don't think that 46 is calling any shots on this at all. The moon, above all, they've got things hidden and under the surface. It's a very unhappy situation. So this, they're going to try and bury some things here. They're going to try and bury the fact that we just don't really have the money that we're about to promise. We can't put our money where our mouth is. And under the surface, everybody's unhappy. So where do we go from here? How does he fix it? It's not really in charge, so I don't know where this is going to go. Ugh. You guys are seeing me shuffle these. We're getting the same cards over and over again. Tarot works sometimes. So this is, what can you do to fix this? The dominant energy here with the eight of cups in reverse is curious, because what this means is that he should not exit yet. The time of exit is not right now. And I think it would be a show of weakness, but I do think that this is imminent. He does need to make a decision to leave. The page of coins in reverse. I know he is not in charge of the budget, but the decisions that he's made have grossly affected the budget, and the people that he has put into positions of power has grossly affected the budgeting. So the budgeting, even for this, is really terrible. I think we're going to have some fallout with the economy in concert with this gaffe weekend full of gaffes, weekend of gafferys. The Queen of Wands here, this is the mishandling of power. This is a mishandling of decision making. This is a mishandling of the company, if you will. And here again, this Page of Wands. Who is this Page of Wands? This is someone who is behind the scenes pulling the strings. This is our puppet master. Even though he is a junior in the tarot court, he is a puppet master. This is somebody who is very much writing the script here. And part of that script is to dethrone the current person in power. So we've got some interesting things going on here. Under the surface, we're still looking at ways to correct this. But this is really the course that we're kind of on a collision course with this, to the ultimate revelation here with that Sun card. So I think we are going to be, the worst part is that at the beginning of the weekend, I was looking at things to do for readings that we're going to, you know, be with like the real estate market. How's the real estate market going to survive the economy? And I was looking at interest rates, and maybe we could find a silver lining and get, you know, some really cool boon of real estate stuff, you know, once everything springs back. But, you know, I didn't even look at that. So, so this is, you know, pretty serious, not exciting, but important stuff that's going on. So, we'll keep an eye on this as the week goes on. But I think it's going to be a wild week. I think we've got a lot of things that are not determined right now, and we'll just keep looking at them. So, prayers for that part of the world because it's about to get crazy. Okay. So, thanks everybody.